Pleasant. Enjoyable, attractive, friendly and easy to like. Something that makes you feel happy. Most of the students here are extremely pleasant and keen to learn. To my pleasant surprise, I was chosen to represent our class in the upcoming talent show. Print. To produce writing or images on paper or other material with a machine. Could you help me with the printer? It's switched on, but it won't print. I'm going to submit an essay I made to the school newspaper. I hope they print it. Question. A sentence or phrase that is used to ask for information. In an exam, a problem that tests a person's knowledge or ability. The survey from the senior students included questions on daily habits and interests. Some of the questions in the last section of the exam were very difficult. Quick. Happening or done with great speed, lasting for or taking only a short time. What's the quickest way to get to the station? We stopped to have a quick look at the cathedral, a famous tourist spot in that area. Railway. The metal tracks on which trains run, a system of tracks, stations or trains. The two cities had been connected by the railway built by the first ever president. The first railway steam locomotive was built in the United Kingdom in 1804. Receptionist. Someone whose job it is to welcome and deal with people arriving in a hotel or office building. The receptionist answered my call when I tried ringing my doctor to make an appointment. There's a lot of foreign tourists visiting the country all year round who expect hotel receptionists to be fluent in English. Remember. To be able to bring back a piece of information into your mind or keep a piece of information in your memory. To not forget something that you must do, get or bring. I remember my father bringing home a huge Christmas tree. We had a hard time taking it inside the house. Remember to bring your PE clothes to school tomorrow. Roundabout. A raised circular area where 3 or more roads join together and which cars must drive around. A car accident happened in front of the old museum near the Warren Lane roundabout. there's a roundabout in the park and it's very popular with children. Scared. Frightened or nervous of something. Thrown into or being in a state of fear, fright or panic. At first, I was really scared when we were going up to the sky jump. It was so high. I hate reading out my work in class. I'm scared that people are going to laugh at me. Several. A number of people or things that is more than a few, but not a lot. More than two, but fewer than many. I'm a huge fan of Avengers. I've seen the latest movie several times. We had to wait for several weeks before the results of our test were posted. Strange. Different from what is usual, ordinary or expected, especially in a way that is difficult to explain or understand. Not familiar. But I had a strange feeling that I'd been there before. Beth was lost and all alone in a strange city. Suggest. To mention an idea, possible plan or action for other people to consider. To mention or imply as a possibility. It was a sunny morning. My brother suggested a trip to the beach. The zoo asked its visitors to suggest a name for the new baby panda. Teach. To give someone knowledge or to train someone. To give lessons in a school, college or university. Do you remember Mr. Palmer? He used to teach us history in primary school. I've always wanted to learn to ski. Could you teach me? Theatre. A building or place with a stage where plays and shows are performed. Plays as a form of entertainment. I have always wanted to visit Globe Theatre. Is the theatre associated with William Shakespeare? A friend of mine enjoys theatre and literature. His favourite play is Hamlet. Thunderstorm. A storm with lightning and thunder, and usually heavy rain. There was a spectacular thunderstorm last night that kept me awake. Around 3 in the afternoon, the dark clouds of the thunderstorm rolled in. Transport. The movement of people or goods from one place to another. The the process of taking goods from one place to another. It's easier to go around the city if you have your own transport. Before cars and trains, horses were the only means of transport. Underground. Below the surface of the earth, below the ground. I hope the city will soon build more underground trains. They're more convenient. Most houses nowadays are built with underground garage in order to save space. Uniform. A particular set of clothes that has to be worn by the members of the same organisation or group of people. We are still required to wear our school uniform even when we are on our field trip. During the concert, I saw a lot of guards wearing the same uniform walking around the area. Unusual. Different from others of the same type in a way that is surprising, interesting or attractive, not common or normal. She has an unusual family name. Peachtree or Plumtree or something like that. That dress is eye-catching. The colour and pattern are unusual. Upset. Worried, unhappy or angry because something unpleasant or disappointing has happened. Emotionally disturbed or agitated. I think Daniel is still upset that we forgot his birthday. Don't be upset. I'm sure she didn't mean to say those things. Versus. Used to say that one team or person is competing against another. Used when comparing the advantages of two different things. Yesterday in the semi-final we saw New York Knicks versus LA Lakers. We had to discuss as class the advantages of private education versus state education. Very. Used to emphasise an adjective, adverb or phrase to a great degree or extremely. The first student council meeting is very important, so be on time. Wow, this cheesecake is very delicious. View. An opinion, belief or idea or a way of thinking about something. What you can see from a particular place or the ability to see from a particular place. The teacher asked us to write our views regarding the pandemic. The room that I stayed in has a nice view of the ocean. Wardrobe. A tall cupboard in which you hang your clothes. A room or closet where clothes are kept. The clothes that someone has. Aside from the bed, the only furniture in the bedroom is a large dark wood wardrobe. When you're living in Southeast Asia, you don't have to change your wardrobe every season. Whole. Complete or not divided. All of something. I was so frightened by the sudden noise. My whole body was shaking. My friend and I spent the whole day shopping at the newly opened shopping mall near here. Without. Not having or doing something, or lacking something, to indicate the absence of something. After the storm, we were without electricity for 4 days. I was able to finish writing my research paper without any difficulties. Wooden. Made or consisting of wood, not showing enough expression, emotion or movement. The entrance to the tunnel was a low wooden door. Dr. Harvey seems very wooden during his lectures. Yet. Still until the present time. Used to introduce a fact, situation or quality that is surprising after what you have just said. Have you finished writing a review for the movie? Not yet. She does not speak our language, and yet she seems to understand what we say. Young. Having lived or existed for only a short time and not old, being in the first or early stage of growth. Youthful. We used to go camping a lot when I was young. Young people nowadays have totally different interests and culture compared to when their parents were young. Zoo. An area in which animals, especially wild animals, are kept so that people can go and look at them or study them. Some people buy rare or difficult to keep animals as pets and donate them to zoos. We enjoyed our trip to the zoo yesterday. We saw different types of wild animals there,